the last time I saw Ruth, 2, maybe 3 weeks ago.
Ruth's a nice kid. I can't think of any reason why she'd just take off.
At the beginning of the year, she showed a lot of promise, but recently something changed. Something not just in her demeanor, but her appearance, too. And her, smell. It became more salty, organic. I don't know. If you find her, Mr. Abbott, do let me know how she is.
Father Dagon, written by Victoria Snaith, produced by Dreadfuls Theatre, and original soundtrack by Seesar. This 6-part serial podcast is based on the literary works of weird fiction author H.P. Lovecraft and the Dreadfuls Theatre production of the same name. This is Episode 1, Ruth Winters.
It's official. I, Ruth Winters, am now enrolled at Miskatonic University as a student of comparative mythology in the School of Liberal Studies. It's very exciting. The university only has 1 female professor, and perhaps only 15 female students in the whole school, and now I'm one of them. I've only been here a week, and I've called Mom twice a day to tell her everything that's been happening. Oh, I am gonna make her so proud. I talked to my dad today. I told him all about my course. Did you know that comparative mythology is the comparison of myths from different cultures? The aim is to identify themes and characteristics. For example, my seminar today focused on relationships between different myths to trace the development of religions and cultures throughout history. My professor, Dr. Riot, tells me he's impressed with how I've thrown myself into the research. I'm glad he sees my potential. I want to be the best in my field. Whilst I was studying last night in the Orne Library, I saw a young gentleman amongst the stacks. I couldn't see his face at first. It was hidden behind the book he was reading. It was peculiarly titled, something like Unaussprechlichen Kulten von Junst. It was such an unusual name. My interest was instantly piqued, and perhaps my interest was piqued further when I saw his young, gentlemanly face. What will my mom say? I cannot stop thinking about the man that I saw last week. Since I saw him, I've thought of almost nothing else. I'm filled with the burning desire to see him again and learn more about him. I have barely touched the stack of books in my reading list because I can think of nothing else. I saw him again, the man from the library, but this time, and I don't know what came over me because this is so unlike me, but I decided to go and talk to him. He's the same age as me, studying medieval metaphysics, and was born and raised in Massachusetts in a small fishing village called Innsmouth. We get on extremely well. I adore him already, even if his eyes are slightly too far apart. I probably should have called my parents today to tell them about him. I haven't spoken to them in a couple of weeks now, but I will do it tomorrow. It happened. He proposed. He asked me to be his wife, me with my mud-brown hair and short little legs. He doesn't care how I look. He said he loves me because I have a beautiful mind. He said he wants me for my beautiful and powerful mind, and that one day I am destined for something great. And I tell you what, there is nothing greater than being his wife. I called my parents to tell them the good news, and they were confused. I have told them about him and me before, but they didn't seem to know who he was. Surely I couldn't have not told them about him. He's the most wonderful thing that has ever happened to me. It is all happening so quickly. The wedding, which I promised to write about soon, the move, all of it. I've packed up my belongings, and my sweet, darling husband is picking me up tomorrow and taking me back to Innsmouth with him. He has suggested that we move into his childhood home. It's a little run down, apparently, but I can't imagine we'll be staying there long. He wants a small, intimate wedding, just a few friends and family. Apparently, it's completely normal in his religion to have a quick wedding like this. I've told my parents the address of the esoteric order, but I don't even think my mom wrote it down. To hell with them anyway. I don't need them at the wedding. I have decided that this will be my last entry. I am leaving today to start my new life with my new husband in my new town. I see this last entry as a chance to shed my old life and move forward into the esoteric order with my husband by my side. I look forward to my future as a disciple of Dagon and taking on all that the faith has to offer. My sweet, darling husband tells me that the ceremony to welcome me into the religion happens in 3 parts, and upsettingly, he cannot see me during the inaugurations. But we will be united again once all 3 are complete. Oh, my mind and body tingles with the anticipation of joining my husband and his family. Soon. Soon. Soon.
You have been listening to Father Dagon. Ruth's classmates were performed by Robb Wildash and Victoria Snaith. The Professor was performed by Will Connor, and Ruth Winters was performed by Katheryn Brown. The soundtrack for Father Dagon was created by Seesar. At the end of every podcast, you can hear the soundtrack from the day's episode in full, without the script. Perfect to listen to whilst writing your diary and planning an elopement with a stranger you met in a library. To learn more about Dreadfalls Theatre or to donate, visit dreadfallstheatre.com/podcasts. This week's Monster of the Week is
Mrs. Golding. Mrs. Golding.
is a strange creature that originates from the Malay Peninsula. Described as having many tentacles and a soft, smooth skin,
Mrs. Golding.
awaits for unwary pilgrims at the bottom of the Tower of Victory. Pilgrims climb this tower, each stage representing a step closer to total enlightenment. The creature follows the pilgrims up the tower, growing stronger, changing shape and colour, and drawing life force from the pilgrim. Supposedly, the creature will only attain its final form and be fully alive when
Mrs. Golding.
and the pilgrim reaches the top of the tower. Like the podcast, tweet at Victoria_DFT or at King Seesar.